there must be reason to believe or not believe. There must be reason behind the decision to believe or not believe. Do not allow biases to hide within your mind, such that, for instance, you believe because of love, or do not believe because of hatred. This is not the way of practitioners, but the mentality of fools, pala. It is the mentality of those who are biased and lack reason. In a leader, this mentality will generate harmful consequences for others. They are the Galamasuta type, who believe without reason. Their beliefs aren't their own, they only believe what others say. To explain in a clearer manner, there are two types of not believing. 1. Not believing when there is reason. And 2. Not believing that which lacks reason. May you, the reader, consider this carefully. These issues might exist within us all. We should know our strengths and weaknesses. The first type of not believing is not believing when there is reason. This indicates that there is reason, but that reason cannot be believed because it lacks evidence or because there is documental proof but no human proof. For example, in the present age, the practice of mental cultivation, bhavana patipati, is readily supported by documental proof, but lacks support in the form of human proof. The manuals do contain rational proof, and there are many people who trust the rationale in the manuals. They believe the entirety of the manuals without considering whether the rationale is true or false. For example, when it comes to meditating, the instructors have all kinds of justifications, such as, go ahead and meditate. Once the mind, citta, becomes calm in meditation, wisdom will arise. This is simply repeating the rationale in the manuals. However, there doesn't exist any human proof that can be cited to support these claims. It is merely parroting the manuals. As for those with good wisdom and good education, despite having this much documental evidence, they will not believe that mere evidence. There must be further analysis. During the Buddha's time, who was there whose mind attained meditative calm and experienced wisdom arising? Which noble person, Arya Bukala, was it? To whom did the Buddha teach this? Where did he teach it? Was it a monastic noble person or a lay noble person? The historical accounts of all noble persons must be studied in order to support the claim, go ahead and meditate. Once the mind becomes calm in meditation, wisdom will arise. Though this is spoken with reason, this kind of reason will not be believed, because during the Buddha's time, that's not how it happened. People in this era lack education. They did not study the examples from the Buddha's time. They have merely heard their teachers, Acariya, say these things, and so they believe them. It is credulous belief, like those in the Kalamasuta. Those with good wisdom and good education will not believe this scanty evidence. I have explained it in this way in order to give practitioners something to think about. Train yourselves to be one who only has reason that is correct. Do some research on the principles of the Buddha's teachings from during the Buddha's time, and you will understand how it greatly differs from that of this current era. People always say that they are going to practice in accordance with what the Buddha taught. Is that practice aligned with the Buddha's teachings as proclaimed? Or is it a mental cultivation practice aligned with that modeled by hermits, dapasa, and ascetics, isi? If the instructors and practitioners read the Noble Eightfold Path, Ariyamagga, they will instantly know why the Buddha put the principles of wisdom, paññā, first. There are 3 stages of wisdom. 1. Suttamaya paññā, or wisdom resulting from studying. 2. Cintamaya paññā, or wisdom resulting from reflection. And 3. Bhavanamaya paññā, or wisdom resulting from mental development. Suttamaya paññā is wisdom from the studying stage when first starting out, is it not? For instance, studying the topic of morality, sila, studying meditation, samadhi, or studying other Dhamma topics in order to form correct knowledge and understanding. Then, applying that in practice in order to achieve the result of comprehension, pattiveta, of how each moral precept must be studied with wisdom, and how each step of meditation must be thoroughly studied with wisdom. It is understanding each step of meditation, not just continuously and aimlessly concentrating on meditative phrases, parikama, without knowing where it will end up. When it comes to practicing meditation, samadhi, for the purpose of right meditation, samma samadhi, what will cause right meditation? Neecha samadhi is wrong meditation. What causes it? Wisdom must be used to study and understand beforehand in order to prevent mistakes from occurring. The second type of not believing is not believing that which lacks reason. Reason is what conclusively decides what is wrong or right. However, it must be reason that is righteous, Dhamma tipataya. Use the truth as the basis. Don't side with yourself or with your own group. All of the Dhamma topics that the Buddha taught are guaranteed by principles of reason. Whatever the Buddha said, that is what it must truly be. That which is right is truly right. That which is wrong is truly wrong. It is these truths that the Buddha proclaimed unto the masses so that they would know. Saying that the Buddha proclaimed the religion simply means that the Buddha proclaimed the truth. These truths that the Buddha proclaimed are truths that virtuous sons, Kula Buddha, are capable of knowing and seeing. As for the truth that is so refined that it is beyond the capabilities of the Kula Buddha to know and see, the Buddha did not teach those to us. However, people in this age are practicing in their own novel way because they have little education. What's more, they interpret the Buddha's teachings in a way that is misaligned with the meaning of the original principles that the Buddha taught. However, they are truly determined. All of them desire to practice in order to reach the path and fruit of enlightenment, Magga Phala Nibbana. Only, they have read the Buddha's Dhamma map differently. As a result, their practice has taken a different course, as we see in present times. Thus, if everyone practices according to the Noble Eightfold Path and practices with samma titi, or right view, as the core principle, the subsequent stages of practice will not have any problems. With right view as the foundation from the get-go, subsequent practice will be right thought, samma sankappa, right speech, samma vaca, right action, samma kammanta, right livelihood, samma achiva, right effort, samma vayama, right mindfulness, samma sati, and right concentration, samma samadhi. If practice follows this sequence, there will be no problems. In current times, it is practiced in reverse, starting off with meditation, samadhi, in order to engender right meditation, samma samadhi. It is impossible. You don't even understand the principles of right view, samma titi. It isn't that once you do calm meditation, right meditation, samma samadhi, will arise on its own. This kind of view is categorically at odds with the Buddha's original principles. This is because meditation is solely a means of fostering mental happiness or fostering motivation. It cannot be used to eliminate any defilements, kilesa, or any desires, tanha, at all. It is only done to suppress defilements and desires for a while. It is a means of forcibly dampening the intensity of the defilements and desires. It is like setting a rock on top of grass for some time. After the rock is removed from the grass will sprout once again. Meditating merely suppresses defilements and desires in the same way. Doing this is still better than being one whose mind is left to be dragged by worldly currents. There may be the question, does meditating cultivate merit and moral goodness or develop perfections of character, parami? The answer is that it surely does. It can lead to heaven, saga, and Brahma realms, Brahmaloka. As for the question, can it lead to the path and fruit of enlightenment in this lifetime? The answer is no. It will not lead there in this lifetime at all. You must await a coming Buddha. Who knows which Buddha's Buddha era that will be, though? You'll just have to wait and see.